Hi guys. I hope everybody has had a lovely afternoon and got out. It is just starting to get really dark and dreary here. So the lighting is probably not going to be the greatest, and my workspace, for whatever reason, seems to be shrinking with this camera. So I was not exactly sure what we should do for show and tell, and I actually recorded a little video while you guys were away, and somehow my computer went to sleep at the very end of it, and it cut off. So um, plus, again, I wanted to do this live. So we're just going to do a little show and tell. I had heard some feedback that I showed my daughter's albums the other day and that my poor son was left out. And I don't think that's the case at all. But it was fun to kind of go through and look at his albums as well. And while I was digging through his box, that's where I found the rest of those. Remember my Christmas card photos I showed you? And I actually have a layout to go in. I think this is probably meant to go into Evan's. Let's see if I can shield that a little bit. Again, the lighting, I apologize. I'm going to have to get another light or some other way to make this a little bit better for you. But anyways, here is, I remember this was a paper kit that I found at my friend Carol's store when she had a scrapbook store, and this is a rub-on onto this paper, and I just thought it matched the Christmas card so perfectly. So, I mean, here's another piece that I have inked to go on another page. And then this was, if you remember when I did that little the example of the Christmas card album, this was the card from that year. So when I saw this paper packet, and again, I remember thinking, oh my gosh, it was such an expensive paper packet because, back then I was buying sheets 1 or 2 at a time, but it went so well with their outfits that I had so cultivated, back when they could wear gymboree. So anyways, I did find these, I found these pictures, which I actually did put on a scrapbook layout. So now you can see the outtakes from this photo shoot, which was just hysterical. So, yeah, here's my little dude, his single picture, which was great. Let me see if I can move him down a little bit. And, he's throwing a fit. This was kind of one before Allison started melting down, and Maddie just patiently sitting there waiting for this to all be over. And then she tried to help a little bit, and this dude was gonna not have anything to do with this, and here she is pulling his little trying to get him to stay put on the photo mat there. But yeah, so in the end, my dear friend photoshopped them together. As I said before, she's really not here, so we had one decent photo of these two, and we just added Allison to the mix. So anyways, I found all these pieces, and I'm going to hopefully get that finished. That's what this time should be for, trying to finish some of these unfinished projects. So since Evan didn't get his due diligence, I kind of thought about doing an overview of my Disney album. There's not very many albums that are complete, people, but I thought the Disney one might be right. But I think I'm just going to do that on a different day. It is actually quite long. We would probably be here for a while. So let's look at, Evan has 3 baby books. Only one is even close to being done. So let's just kind of have a look through that and see if you get any ideas that might help you. Again, this is a King Company album. I love these because you could personalize them with their names. So that's how we started with this. Oh, let's see. Let's not pull down the camera while we're here. Title page. Yeah, there we go. Not done. All right, so we start with, let's see if we could see most of this. Again, I don't know why. Sometimes it seems like the workspace is extremely wide, and sometimes it seems like it's not. But again, we have our typical ultrasound photos. I'm pretty sure I cricketed out these titles here, and then hello in there. So Maddie used to love to talk to him, so that was kind of fun. And here he is in all his glory, the big day, everything that was laid out and ready for him. And there he is. And here's a photo of the crib thing. We didn't have the actual thing. It might be in here later. I have not looked at this in years. And I'll spare you from his bath pictures, which are over here. And so Maddie was a big sister. got a photo with us and my doctor who took such good care of us, and Maddie when she came to see him at the hospital with Auntie Amy, and also, again, I'm so sorry you probably can't see half of this, but I think, again, you have to do some journaling. I don't have a lot of journaling in this book. You guys, please take it from me. Do some journaling. I'll just flip you through some of these. This was the outfit that my husband, Sean, came home from the hospital in. So we did not know if he was going to be a boy or girl. We had a couple of outfits packed, and then his parents brought this. So that was nice. And look, I did journal that. This was the outfit that Daddy wore home from the hospital. All right, let's see if I can do some more of this. Again, you saw this in Allison's or Maddie's. Just a nice little thing from all the doctors and nurses. I love putting things like that in historic. We just took, with our cleaning this last week, with getting things put away, we did just take all of the kids' individual little stork signs. My second two have this style, and Maddie's was different. It must have been a different company. And we started a box for each of them with some of their childhood stuff. So like their baby blankets and these signs went into those bins. So that was kind of a thing. And this was his birth announcement. Again, if you remember me saying before, I used to work for a company, we got stationery at cost. So this was just a photo that I took in our family room, and it slid in, but then this was all professionally printed, and back when I could do that. And then his first visitors, I'm sure we all have similar things. He was born right before Christmas, so Christmas is kind of one of the first things that shows up in his album. I have a thing for Lennox ornaments, so they usually get a personalized one. I don't know if I have a picture of it someplace else, but that was one that my sister got him. It was a Winnie the Pooh one. And there, his meeting Santa. This Santa is so great. He just came right up to us at this bookstore, and he said, "It looks like someone needs to meet me," and it was wonderful. So some outfits that he got. Of course, Maddie got to help open all his presents because, And then look, you got to remember to take pictures of the things that are around you. These were all the little people that my daughter had lined up around the track. So take pictures of, the elements that are around you, not just the people too. So this was his christening, and this was the invitation that I made. I had a little cross punch that I bought. I'm pretty sure I bought that from a local scrapbook store, and then a boxed invitation that I printed and then punched those. And this is matted. I added shimmer pen to this, to these borders. I don't know if you can see that under there. All right, so christening. Incidentally, this is the church where my husband and I got married. It is located in Cary, Illinois, and it is in the Guinness Book of World Records for the most individual panes of stained glass. So, just a little tidbit. His baptism certificate. You saw the other girls had theirs. His custom napkins, because again, I was able to do that. His Costco cake, which they make the best cakes. Oh, here we go. Notes. February, March, and April of 2008. Photos, ? Easton, ? The date for mommy and me, ? And then, it's starting to rain. Some nice enlargements. Again, try to remember to, do some of those great photos. This was some tummy time as he started to crawl around. Some rub-ons back in the day when rub-ons were the rage. The little wristband from Cocoa Key Water Park. Now, we didn't know this then. We know it now, but he kind of had some sensory processing. He did not like the water. So, whoops. This was a Cricut cut. I remember cutting this while I was away on a crop, and some brads for an embellishment. Continue that around here. This is one of my favorite photos. Here's a nice little, something I think my dad snapped while he was here playing, and just, on a page that says it all. Ooh, it's almost hailing out there, guys. This is one of my very favorite photos. This was done at JCPenney's or Sears or something like that. And it just went so well with this bath time. This we do have framed in black and white hanging in our study. And just some outdoor stuff. At this point, I was pregnant with Allison. Surprise, surprise. So this is his, oh look, everything I have to still do. Halloween, his first Thanksgiving, and then going up to Christmas 2008. So that's first album. And his albums are not all matchy-matchy. You know, at that point in time, I was just buying them as I found them. So his next album is this one. This will be super quick. There's not a lot done in it. So, including no title page. Yeah, flip, flip. All right, so we finally have jumped ahead to Easter in our egg hunt. I do remember making this. This is one of my first like Cricut projects. I think I did it my own. Borrowing a friend's Cricut. Oh, this will probably be where all those Easter pictures go. And I think, is that it for this book? Nope. Oh, we have some stuff to go in. So we were playing with our neighbor and, you know, the backyard things. Look at all this space. I must be waiting for something. I don't know. Let's see. Here's some more that are done. Again, Cricut, some shapes back in the day. This is up at my parents' lake house. So just capturing some of those everyday occasions, you know, playing everyday occasion. Just you always stop, you tell your kids, stop and pose. I want to take a picture of that. So there's one of those. This was at the sandwich fair. I was not even here. I will admit I was at a scrapbooking retreat while my husband and my sister and her in-laws, or her brother and sister-in-law, took my kids to the sandwich fair, which is right across the street from where my grandparents lived in Sandwich, Illinois. And I remember going to that fair as a child and just being impressed. So, you know, I'm thankful that they gave me all these pictures, and then I did scrapbook it because it happened to my kids, even though I was not there. So just some more. Just a photo from the front yard. Oh, letting him hang. We were at a park. That was mean mommy, letting him hang there. But again, look at that smile. And then this was just a day, I think we got Happy Meals for lunch, and we came home, and they were just going to town, putting those little Happy Meal boxes. Now, this title I did cut on a silhouette. Yeah, the one and only time I cut on my silhouette, because I cut right through the mat. And then just stickers, you know, sticker titles. So this was going to a pumpkin farm. You know, again, hard to see. I'm so sorry. And picking his pumpkin. Oh, we went to Build-A-Bear. He made Bob. He did not like Bob because Bob was brown. He wanted a white one. I would not let him make a white one. Let's just give you some advice, moms. When your kid wants the white bear, just let them get the white bear, because 5 years later, you'll be going back and getting the white bear, and you will have listened to that story that he didn't get the white bear for 5 years. So just do it. Oh, let's see. Another water trip up to a hotel. I remember we drove up to Wisconsin. It was a horrible blizzard. But once we got there, we had found a great hotel, and the kids enjoyed the water. Oops, this is kind of stuck. I did journal. One of the only times in this entire album. How terrible is that? So that's volume 2, and then I can't really bother you or bore you with volume 3 very much because there's hardly anything in here. I just love this scrapbook, though. I just loved it. And it has a whole bunch of matching paper to go with it. Post-it note for the title. Oh, I do remember buying this paper. It was amazing. My sister had gotten them these wonderful custom superhero capes and masks and gave them a certificate and their superhero name. And I remember finding this paper thinking it was the perfect. And we said, it's a bird, it's a plane, it's super dude. So, and this was cut on the Cricut, the little, you can see it down here, the little sky scraper there. But yeah, as you can see, I have a lot to fill in. But anyways, I hope this inspired you a little bit. Oh, we're coming up on Easter. To get out your old books, fill in the places where you need to be filling in, or make it a list. This was a great story. They would talk about James the Worm. They named him James. They were watching a lot of Thomas the Train at that point in time. So it says right on here, after Engine James and Thomas the Tank. And I just said, I love how brother and sister are encouraging each other to explore and search for their friend. So, you know, this was journaled because I was on a scrapbook retreat with my girlfriends and they made me do it. So again, thankfully, and look at all you got tons of computer fonts. You can make so many different fonts to match, the playfulness of your page. So, and then again, just some sitting at home. This was a Cricut. This is a hand punch that I have. Blast off. Okay, so this was like the funniest thing. We still have, it's like pictures, like, toy pictures. And they had decided that this was their little rockets. So these little stories, these are the stories that you need to remember, Facebook them, write them down, make a title, print the pictures, so that you can remember these, because these are going to be things that the kids, will remember for a lifetime. So, and some snow. Look, we did some snow stuff. But unfortunately, that brings us to pretty much the end of anything that Evan has dedicated to himself. So I hope you guys will break out your books. I hope you'll make a list of things to get done and get that going, because time is flying. Look, here's his little hospital bracelet. I have to find those the set of stickers and put this into his baby album. So I'm going to go work on that. I'm going to try to tidy up some of these things that I have just unearthed. You guys go through your stash, find some things to work on, and if you don't have anything to catch up on, start something new. Go buy something online. Start something fun. And I will talk to you guys later. Thanks.